It was an incredible evening, and I wasn't certain how it would go. I'd just come back off 3 weeks away with the Netherlands cricket team, and straight up to Lords, an invitation from Andrew Strauss to as many of the living cricketers who represented England in all formats were invited. Obviously, some people missed out through he didn't physically have their address contacts to get in touch with them, but I was amazed at just how many legends of the game were there, and also how many people that I haven't seen for a few years, but I'd got to know very, very well over my career. A very special evening indeed. We didn't need any entertainment. That was it. It was I think Jonathan Agnew hosted it. Within 30 seconds of entering the room, my eyes were wide, and I turned round, having been tapped on the shoulder by Jeff Miller, who was kind of a mentor for me as I was growing up at Derbyshire. And he'd been to the pub for a couple of beers with Sir Ian Botham, and I remember days at Derbyshire, being the young pro, sat listening in the changing room after a day's play, when Jeff had gone and we were playing Somerset or Worcester or Durham, where Sir Ian was playing, and remember sitting there listening to the stories and being that young player, just absorbing all that great moment of in contact with somebody as great as him. So I got to know him quite well in my youth, and within 30 seconds entering the room, he picked me up and gave me the biggest bear hug I think I've had for a long time. And that was so special. He was my childhood hero, and now he's a good friend. And the evening just went on like that. Lots of old school man hugs as you go around the room. My table was special indeed. Nasser Hussain was on it. He was my Test England captain. Jason Roy was on the table, and Jason was a young man who I was able to have the privilege of giving his first professional contract at Surrey, and it was his job on our table as the current England player to present all these wonderful caps to a great many players. David Steele was on there, winner of Sports Personality of the Year in the 70s, and on and on and on. Some great cricketers throughout the whole room, and a very special evening indeed. Remember it forever.